3 years, they will leave and we will assume full responsibility for them. But the good part is that we're now in our 9th year of peace.
Yeah.
That is the number one thing that we all have to maintain and we all have to contribute so we don't see ourselves go back. We knew then that peace also means you must respond to the needs of the people. So trying to get the economy functioning again received our attention, and we started with our traditional areas. Liberia, as you know, is a natural resource country. So reactivating our mines and our agriculture and our fisheries and our forestry, getting all the sanctions that were imposed over the years lifted. And we've done all of that. And so getting the debt resolved, as was mentioned. And so the economy over the past 6 years has grown on an average annual rate of about 6.5%. We're very pleased with that. We knew that our own resources being scarce, we had to mobilize direct foreign investment, and we've done that. Some 16 billion of it have already been committed. And so we feel the economy is going on. To get our own fiscal house in order, we made sure we put in systems. We met an $80 million budget, and I said to Dr. Collins when I mentioned that. But today we just submitted to our legislature a budget of $649 million. So, in terms of his budget, that's small, but it shows from whence we've come. But it also means there's a great potential for us to do more with all the investment we put in place, when they all become operational and create those jobs and per capita incomes begin to rise. That's how you get the revenue effect, and we're looking forward to that. Governance and the rule of law, dysfunctional institutions, how do we get them functioning systems, how do we attack corruption? Promote an open society, ensure that everyone has social access to justice, equal opportunity. The society today is quite free, I'm sure you know that. Sometimes I think too free. But we begin to, so we've been able to do that also. And then infrastructure. Getting back to basics. Something that you take for granted, lights out of our country, lights in public service form, not existing when we got there in the capital dark for 30 years. You know, getting lights, getting water, fixing the roads and the schools and the hospitals and the clinics and the airports and all of that. And so much of that, some of it's been done, but we feel like we've put the fundamentals in place. We had an elections. It wasn't the way we wanted it to go. We wanted to compete fully all the way. It deprived of us that, but at least the elections are over, and we can start the next process. Now comes the hard part. The hard part, we say those first 6 years was a period of stabilization.
Exactly.
These 6 years are the periods of transformation.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to not only work on the tangibles, doing more for the infrastructure and the institutions and all of that, but the intangibles, changing minds and attitudes. Getting people to see that unity, reconciliation, love of country, work ethics, all of those things that that will build a nation, patriotism. And that requires the effort of everybody. Not just the government, but Liberian citizens everywhere, at home and abroad, have to make a contribution to the changing of the mind. Being able to see your country as the one thing that you got, as a unified force. The one thing that binds us is that common citizenship. And unless we can protect it and promote it and defend it, message to all of you is to join us.
Yes.
You're part of this. You may not be able to go home right away. We urge you to come home. Of course we do. But you may not be able to do it right away, but start to plan it.
Yes.
And if you can't do it right away, come for some time. And I do let me applaud many of you who have done just that. I've seen some of you in this room. I've seen some of you in this room that have come back and have brought some of your talents and have brought service to your people. And that's what motivates them over there. We encourage you to do more and more of that until you can make that final jump. Your country needs you. To many of the old friends in this room, I see some that I see random sitting here. We say that to you. The country's there. And the country wants to recognize all that you've done. Many of you in the diaspora have been the sustenance for many of the people at home, for your people, to whom you send remittances from time to time that enable them not only to survive, but to enable them to be able to move on. We still have challenges in the country. I will not tell you that all is well. We have the challenges of youth unemployment, the thousands and thousands of young people who were bypassed by an education during the years of conflict. You are the lucky ones. They've never had the opportunity you have. It's up to you and to me to give back to them, to train them, to prepare them for leadership, for professionalism in the country. Continuing our work in infrastructure, fighting corruption. We still have that problem. It comes from many years of deprivation and heading to a culture of dependency and dishonesty.